In Matthew 5, Jesus begins a sermon on the Mount. And if you're doing Bible in the 1 year with me, we begin Matthew 5 today. Now, there's sometimes confusion about what Jesus does with regard to the law in this sermon. People get the impression that it's kind of law 2.0, that like in the Old Testament, God only said to the Israelites, you shall not commit adultery. But Jesus says, hey, I'm going to take it a step further. And if you even lust in your heart, then you've committed adultery. But that's not what's going on at all. The law always was God forbidding any adultery of act or of desire. God didn't just say you shall not commit adultery, but God also was forbidding anger. Jesus is unpacking the full extent of the law. He's not giving us another law. He's not giving more than what the Old Testament required. He's showing the full depth, the full extent of what God always required from his people. Now, this is a very eye-opening preaching of the law that Jesus does in the Sermon on the Mount because it reveals all of our lack. We lack the righteousness required by the law. We lack the perfection required by the law. What we don't lack is sin. We got plenty of that. The law preached by Jesus is revealing our sin. Why? In order that we might see our need of a Savior. In order that we might see that Jesus meets the righteous requirements of the law in thought, word, and deed, so that by his perfect keeping of the law, he might give that perfect keeping of the law to us as a gift so that we might share his righteousness.